Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's a little bit chilly out. As you can see, I got some thermals on and it's wintertime here in Texas. So that can only mean one thing, de-ice boots.
Hey there, fellow aviators and detailers. Welcome to my channel, The Plane Detailer, where we embark on an incredible journey around the globe, diving deep into the art of aircraft detailing. I'm Brandon, owner of Sparrowhawk Houston and a proud trainer for the Aviation Detailing Association, known as the ADA. Join me as we explore the world of aviation and I share tips, tricks, and techniques to keep these antique beauties in pristine condition. Let me be your guide as we go about preserving these magnificent flying machines that are truly pieces of art. So buckle up and hit that subscribe button to follow along on this adventure. Let's preserve the legacy of these aircraft together, one detail at a time. Now there's a slide directly from Collins explaining the importance of actually using Goodrich products versus other products when it comes to de-ice boots. Very important.
In this video here, we're going to showcase you guys how to properly do the full system on neoprene de-icing systems. So these boots are neoprene de-ice boots. We're going to be doing a full strip, Agemaster, and a reseal with ShineMaster on these boots using all approved Goodrich products. We're also going to show you where these belong when you're doing de-ice boots as well. You know what these are? These are magic erasers. A lot of people like to use these whenever they're stripping boots. We're going to show you where these belong when it comes to stripping boots and why.
So as you can see here there's a bump where the boot meets the painted wing here. This is where you want to put your tape at, right here.
As you can see here, this is what the boot looks like before we get started stripping here. We have our tape on the top here, and we're getting ready to go ahead and start stripping. All right, here you're going to have the boot stamp from the manufacturer. This is going to tell you what type of boot that you're working with. It's also going to tell you part numbers and serial numbers of the boot as well. Now what we're doing is we're putting down our foil tape right on top of our blue tape. And what we're trying to do here is make a dam so that way our prep doesn't run down our boot and then hit our painted surfaces behind us. So it's going to hit this foil tape and drop down instead.
I talked about it before. We're going to discuss it again. 3M white Scotch-Brite pads are the only pads that are going to be used to strip the de-ice boots along with the Goodrich Prep. These magic erasers right here are full of chemicals and that will leach out into your boot. That's why it's very important to never use these when you're doing de-ice boot stripping. Take these and throw them away.
One very important thing as you're doing these de-ice boots is you want to do them in small sections. You want to do like one section at a time, really wipe it, make sure that you've gotten all that old sealant off of the boot before you start going down into the other sections of the boot. Just make sure you do one little bite-sized piece at a time. Don't try doing the whole boot at once, okay? Little tip.
So first things first, I'm going to take my white Scotch-Brite pad here, dip it in my water, just to get it a little wet. I'm going to wring it all the way out. I'll take a little bit of my prep now, go to my surface here, put a little bit out there, glide this over the surface like this. Now what I like to do is, as you can see, it's not really getting foamy yet. What I like to go do is back and forth until this starts to get really nice and foamy. The first part of the foam will be like a darker black or gray foam, and then as it gets lighter and lighter, it'll become white. And that'll show me that I've gotten all the old sealant off of here, and I'm ready to put the new sealant back on here. Or these boots are ready to be, next step I should say.
A lot of people ask me, Brandon, how much pressure are you putting down on the scrub pad here? And I'm not really putting any pressure down at all. I'm just gliding it back and forth over the surface. I did speed up these clips here to 1.5 frames per second, so it's a little bit faster, but I'm still not putting any pressure down at all on the surface here.
As you can see, this is really getting nice and black here, so that shows me that a lot of that sealant's coming off of here. I'll go here. I'll rinse it out. My rinse bucket. Now this is all clean again. I come by and I keep stripping this. And I see, as it's coming out in this pad, how dark the pad still gets. Once the pad starts to not get gray at all, it starts to become lighter and lighter, I know that I don't got much left on the surface to pull off. As you can see, the bubbles are starting to get like lighter gray from the darker gray from originally. That means we're making our way through the sealant.
One thing about boots is boots are a flight control surface. That's why it's very, very important to only use approved products on these de-ice boots. Don't use products that you think look better, or they think that they act better, they look shinier, or anything like that. That's not the goal when it comes to de-ice boots. The goal is to use the proper products that were actually intended for these de-ice boots.
Now we're going to take our damp towel right here to wipe this whole boot. I like to have a damp and a dry towel. Damp towel is going to wipe all the surface and get all the old sealant off of here. And the dry towel then is going to show me if I have anything left over that I need to pull off the surface still. This will help just dry this a lot faster than sitting here letting this air dry. As you see, this is all starting to evaporate off here. As this water evaporates, I'll be left with the boot, and I can see what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done anymore on this de-ice boot before I go on to my next section. As you see, a lot of the old sealant now is off here. A couple little pieces in this little hard to reach corner here, but we'll get some of that out. And then we'll work on the bottom side of this boot here.
This is a perfect example of what that glazed donut looks like right here. This is leftover sealant that has not been all the way stripped off. So we're going to come by with our prep and our Scotch-Brite pad and just remove that last little bit there, and this boot will be good. Now on the bottom side here, we always notice that it's very hard to strip it off because a lot of detailers just keep applying coats and coats of sealant. They don't actually strip all the old sealant off, so bottom sides are always the worst to strip off.
Okay, so the boots is all dry. So now we'll come back here a little bit more of prep. I'm just going to get this little area here.
We're working the prep from this tape line. We're really kind of putting the prep down, and then we're pulling from the left to the right. So we're not really pushing the prep into the tape to remove it. We're kind of actually pulling away from the tape at first as we kind of work our way down the boot here. Now that we got the top side done, we're going to go ahead and work on the bottom side here. So more of our prep on our applicator pad here. Work on the bottom side, get all that old sealant off of there, as well as around the stall strip as well.
Same thing like around the tape, just like around the stall strip. We're not going to try and push stuff into here. We're trying to pull it away from here like this. So we'll be pulling any old sealant off of here like this. If you start to notice anything like this on your de-ice boots, all that is the stripper that is still on the surface, leaving a little bit of a haze left over. That just has to be rinsed with a clean, wet towel. Just rinse this boot, because when you're all done with all this, all the boot has to be rinsed. That's why we have our wet towel and our dry towel. So this is just an example of what that looks like, so you know what that looks like.
Now that we're done here, we're going to go back and do our wet pass with our towel, and then our dry pass with our towel as well, and make sure that all this old sealant is off here on the boot before we go on and do the rest of our boot here. So this is our wet towel here. We are wiping on the boot here. Make sure that we get all that old sealant off there. We're going to come back right here with our dry towel here. We'll wipe this boot here and make sure that it's all dry before we move on. Now all the old sealant is off around that stall warning vane that we had here, and all the old sealant is off around this corner here at the boot as well. And now you can see this boot is all stripped and ready to go. So what this clean water is going to do is it's going to help make sure that we don't have any more ammonia on the surface. That's the whole reason behind it. We have the prep that has a lot of ammonia in it, so I use basically one bucket as my prep bucket, if you will. It's going to have all the dirty water in there. It's going to keep wringing things out in there constantly all the time till that bucket gets filthy with water. I have another bucket that's going to be my clean bucket of water here, and then that is strictly going to be used when I'm all done with all these boots. Come by, wipe everything to make sure there is no more prep on the surface, and then come by with my dry towel, dry it, and these are then ready for our Agemaster step. Okay, now's our wet towel. Here's our clean dry towel. Wipe the surface. Now that we got all the boots stripped, I'm going to show you a couple methods to make sure that the boot is in fact all the way stripped properly. So first thing we can do is we can obviously look at the boot and inspect it with ourselves, and we're making sure that we don't see any white like glazed donut look on the surface as well, right? We're trying to make sure all that's gone. Next thing we want to see a raw rubber boot, so there should be nothing on there. We can also have a hearing test. Okay, that goes to show us that there's no more sealant left on the boot. The last thing we can do is a sniff test. You want to sniff the boot and make sure that you don't smell any more ammonia that's on the surface. If you do smell ammonia, what that means is you have not properly rinsed off all of the prep off the boot. So you just got to use some clean water and rinse the boot. All right, now that our boots are all done being stripped, they're ready to go. We're on to our next step, which is going to be our Agemaster here. Now, a lot of people have been asking us about Agemaster. Like, what is it supposed to look like when you put it on the surface and everything like that? And it's a conditioner. It's like almost like a stain, like when you're staining like a wood deck. I've seen it as. So that's like the best way for me to describe it. It's like a stain in a way. So we take our applicator pad, just like we would have for our ceramics. See how it's like black on there? Stuff is literally like a stain. If you've ever stained wood floors or anything like that before, it's like a wood floor stain. It goes on there, goes on the whole boot, it soaks into the boot, and you gotta let it dry before you can come back and seal it. With this, you're doing 3 coats. After our 3rd coat, we're gonna let this sit and dry for 24 hours and fully nourish and seal in the boots. One thing I have noticed in applying Agemaster in different type of environments, whether it being during the summertime or during the wintertime. During the wintertime, it takes a little bit longer for the first coat to soak into the boots. Sometimes during the summertime, in a little bit hotter environment, it can take really quickly for the first coat to soak in the boot. But either way, you want to do 3 coats of Agemaster on the boots and really let each coating in between it soak into the boot and nourish the boot before you move on to the next coating. In this shot here, you can see us applying the Agemaster here, and then in the time lapse, you can see where it starts to dry out into the boot and get ready for its next application on top of the boot here. So you can see here now it's all dried out on top of the boot. All right, we are finishing up our last coat of Agemaster on these boots, and then we're going to come back tomorrow with our ShineMaster and seal up these boots. All right, we have our Goodrich ShineMaster here, applicator towel here. Really, we just want to put a little bit on here. A little bit goes a long way on this. Biggest thing is you don't want to have any lint. You want a lint-free towel. So if you're going to not use an applicator pad, this is what you want, is a lint-free applicator. So this is what we're going to be using here. We're going to go in straight lines from one side to the other. We're not going to stop at all. If we stop and lift up, you'll see it. So the biggest thing is don't stop. Want a slight little bit of an overlap. Right back over this. Just like that. It's one coat on these boots. Let that sit for a few minutes. Come back and do a second coat. Let's go do the rest of the boots while this dries. Once again, we are putting 2 coats of ShineMaster on these boots. After our second coat of ShineMaster, we're going to go ahead and pull all of our blue tape, all of our foil tape, everything off these boots, and this plane is ready to be delivered back to our customer. Collins Aerospace also makes a cleaner and a protectant for the boots as well that can be sprayed and wiped on and wiped off in between boots, in between the full stripping and resealing of them as well. Now, if you're a customer watching our video and wondering how often you should get this service done on your plane, Goodrich recommends every 150 flight hours to strip and reseal with Agemaster. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a comment, drop a like, go ahead and share this video, and we will see you guys in the next one.